皆さん、こんにちは。I.T.A の岸岡と申します。よろしくお願いいたします。本日はですね、前回お話しいたしましたように、アメリカ進出における様々な、I.T.A のパートナー企業ですね、がございます。こちらにございますように、それぞれのセグメントによって、パートナー企業、あるいは個人の方が、おりますが、本日はですね、特にマーケティング販売網を構築するといった意味で、欧州からですね、来られて、アメリカに永住されながらですね、アメリカ市場での、販売網を構築されてきた。特に産業機器類でですね、構築されてきた、ユッカさんというですね、パートナーをご紹介させていただくとともに、彼からですね、アメリカ市場における、販売網構築並びに販売におけるですね、コツをですね、簡単にお話しいただきます。昔の、機械、を中心に話しますけども、エッセンスとしましては同じ、ポイントとなるかと思います。また、一部の資料をですね、内容の、写真などはちょっと差し替えておりますことをご了承ください。それでは、ゆかさんお願いします。Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Thank you for coming.
Thank
And
you.
Hope to have you here and eager to learn and listen to your presentation for many Japanese companies to develop their market in the U.S. and maybe you can help them in the future.
Okay? Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you.
I've lived 20 years in North America, working with European companies, helping them to grow the business here. And here I'm going to show you a couple of examples of my last project, introducing a brand new machine technology in the North American market. The company was established here soon after 2010, and we grew step by step. 2015 we expanded to Canada, and then after that we really got the business going, and we became the largest export country in the whole world for the company. It was a unique new solution for the very old traditional equipment market in North America. I've listed some of the important factors that you need to know when you come to do business in USA and North America. Think about the product. Is it just the product, or do you have something else, a value to import to the market? Prepare the catalogs correctly, proper language, clear samples, and make sure that the measurements are all American, or in inches, in pounds, instead of metrics. Manuals the same way. Think about the logistics. Do you bring them in airfare, or containers, or individual components? What kind of inventory you want to carry? Also pricing. What is a good price for the market? Be competitive, however still having enough structure to make profit, to operate, and have enough profit to share for the dealer or the sales team. What segments you want to attack? You don't need to go after everything. You can choose the areas where you are the best product. Also for the territories. Are there some territories that are better for you? Is it winter territory, summer territory? Things like that. You may need finance. In America, everything is sold through finance. So you may have to have partnerships for dealer financing and end customer financing. What kind of dealer, distributor policy you want to have? Direct sales, agents, or partners? And how do you market? Online, exhibitions, old-fashioned media. And then you need to be active. Nobody comes to you. You need to go out to the market and communicate things well to your sales team and to the end customers. And use the feedback. You learn, you see new opportunities, you can modify your operations and product. And liability, it's a big thing in North America. However, you can prepare for that by having the specs done well, the proper safety features, and you can find a good insurance partner as well. And be patient, step by step, and make sure that you prepare financially for that 2 to 3 years to grow the business.
What's the appropriate profit margin for the dealer or distributor?
Typically, dealers, distributors, they go from 10-15% all the way up to 20-25%, maybe even 30%, depending on the kind of the product and the price structure of the product.
Okay. Thank you.
here I show that it's kind of two-step thing. You need to reach end customer through your marketing and promotion. However, you do it together with your sales team or distribution team. So you don't just support one or the other.
Right.
You need to work with both.
Right.
The other thing is that are you coming here with everything you have, or you're trying to choose most suitable, most competitive product for the North American market? Here, for example, we didn't bring all the 7, 8 models. We chose 4 to start with. That's what we felt was most competitive, offered the most advantage or competitive edge for the market.
Okay.
Here I want to show that you need to express the value of the product, and I use the
Very
phone
interesting.
technology
Yes.
as an example.
Way to show. Yes, I like the analogy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we were competing products that were mainly meant for one application at the time.
Right.
Or we would offer one machine for multiple jobs through changing the features, and it was also very flexible solution.
I see. Good. Very interesting.
Here's a good example. Traditionally, just like in the old days, when Japanese cars were coming to North America, everybody was about the power muscle, Detroit V8.
Right.
And now everything is 4-cylinder, 1.5 to 2-liter cars. Same thing here. Everything is about the horsepower, bigger the better. But
Right.
we offer the technology that we were able to do many of the things with much smaller engine and much smaller machine. And that gave an other list of opportunities, doing smaller places, not destroying the grass or ground.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good.
And I guess in a way this describes how we found a market that there was nobody there. There was a lot of really small units,
Right.
and there was a large number of heavier equipment. And we found an area that there was nobody of that mid-size, flexible, multi-purpose
Right.
solution. And that's where we kind of focused. Here I described that typically you had one machine for one job, and now we can cover multiple jobs. And these are some of the segments that we were focusing. Landscaping, landscape maintenance, hardscape, tree removal after the storm, go clean up the backyard. You can do that flexibly with minimum manpower and not destroying the grass. Also sidewalks to a certain width. Many of the machines outgrew them, so we were perfect for that 48-inch.
Oh, the width of the side streets.
Yes. And then municipalities like the same thing. You can do one things in the summer and other things in the winter.
I see. Okay.
And even some nurseries like the flexibility of the machines. Working on indoors and outdoor terrain at the same machine.
Interesting. Yes.
The other thing that one needs to remember that America is a big place.
Right. Yes.
The distances are huge, and there's almost 400 people.
Right.
So you don't need to conquer everything the first year.
Right.
What we did, we started the business in Midwest. There's 65 million people right here. That's a good-sized country alone. Then we expand to New England through suitable exhibition and a couple of contacts there. And that's another 60 million people.
Right.
And from there, step by step, we grew to Southeast, West, and Canada.
I tend to think Europeans would first enter into the East Coast,
Many times, yes.
but why Midwest?
Well, a couple of reasons. Number one, I was here. Number two, this is traditional place because of the farming. Many of the manufacturers are there.
Right.
And there's also more space here. It's cheaper to operate a business here and less crowded than in East Coast.
Got it. Thank you. Yeah. So you still think that this is the right path?
I think it is. Also the fact that if you think about the time zones and distances, Chicago is a great hub. You can easily fly or drive anywhere in North America.
Right.
We also looked into what kind of dealer partners we have. You know, there's all kind of big machine dealers, small equipment dealers. We were kind of finding the happy medium. We were trying to make sure that the product offering of the dealer is already close to the segments that we chose.
Right.
So we wanted them to have some kind of tractor or skid steer, and then maybe a lawnmower, hand power tools, chainsaw, leaf blower, wood chipper. So they would take us already to the customers we want.
Right.
So then they would just add on to the existing product offering. Of course, some dealers were only one location. Some dealers were a little bit bigger with 2 or 3 locations in one bigger city, like Chicago or Minneapolis.
Right.
And some dealers covered 1 or 2 states with multiple locations.
Right.
Again, depending who is willing to work with you and what cover you need for the landscape.
Right. Okay.
And then, of course, they need to have sales force, marketing team, inventory, service capability.
Right.
So they are your extension for the local market. Well, we were able to build relatively quickly, somewhat nationwide dealer.
Impressive.
Yeah, mainly again in Midwest and East. There's a lot of farmland in west from here, so maybe there's less opportunities there. But the idea is to grow in West Coast and also key places like Las Vegas, Colorado, and so on.
Very impressive. Wow.
But the goal was to double it in years to come.
Wow.
But I think, with 100 dealers, 200, 250 locations, that starts to be suitable. I don't think you can go much bigger than that. Then there's a risk of colliding with the dealers. With the new technology, there has to be enough room for the dealer to make money.
Be able to manage in the right pace at the right time, and that service too.
Yes. And like you see, there was a good growth, and there's no reason why doing these right steps one cannot keep growing comfortably and profitably.
Wow. Thank you so much. And what's your plan for the future? You still want to be a sales channel developer, a sales representative, at the same time helping the Japanese companies?
I like doing this, combining strategic and operational together, and I'll be happy to discuss if there is anybody who has similar plans.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you all for the opportunity.
Thank you.